You're a voiceover artist looking to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover career. Right now, you may be confused as how to even start, or you're just simply stuck. That ends now. Let's get you started with this podcast, Steps to Voiceover Success. What's good, everybody? Welcome into the program today. Man, I need to turn my headphones down a little bit hot. Look, make sure if you're a voiceover artist looking to start, build, and grow a successful voiceover business, you want to subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe. Tick the bell so that you know when I go live or upload a brand new video. Look, hey, people are in the house already. Hey, what's up, Joe? Glad to have you in here. John over in the UK. Yeah, I remember you, John. Also, Bill, welcome into the program this morning, man. Look, last evening, my evening anyway, 6 p.m., we had a tremendous session with the people that are a part of our community right here at grindanddontquit.com. It's a free community where I do free training and give free training for voice actors. We answer your questions. We make sure that you get to what it is that you need to know. The session that I had with about 6 or 7 folks last night was amazing. That came on live on Zoom with me. You want to make sure that you do join the community at grindanddontquit.com. Look, you already know today the topic is, what is the thing that stops your success in voiceover? Now, some of you may have a long list, right? Some of you may have a long list. Hello, Tiffany. Glad to have you here in the house. Thanks for being with us this morning. I remember I had a long list of the things that, and it was overwhelmed, right? Because there was so much that I felt like I needed to know, and I needed to know it all right now, which is not real, right? You cannot know it all right now. And voiceover is an industry where there are things you must know, but then there are going to be things that you continue to learn and continue to improve. One of them, which is being your skill set, because the more you do of this thing, if we just deal with one specific sector of, let's just say your performance, your script interpretation, your acting, you'll get better and better the more that you do. And voiceover is one of those things where you are not good at the beginning. In some way, shape, or form, there's going to be something that is going to be the thing that is like your nemesis, your Achilles heel. You know, whether it is understanding and learning your DAW, your digital audio workstation, the software that you use to record your voice, whether it's learning the ins and outs of that, learning about compression. Each of these little nuances is its own thing. Compression is its own thing. EQ is its own thing. Normalization is its own thing. There's these things that become their own thing that can be a bottleneck for you, or can be something that just gives you pause or causes you some frustration, right? But these are all things that can be worked through with the proper training, proper study, proper execution and implementation of that thing, and learning whatever that thing is. So you start breaking all this down, and this is way before you actually start getting work, because these are things you have to know beforehand. If you want to learn how to get a certain type of job, okay, well, you've got to know all these other things first. I'll probably go through the 4 steps again today, because the 4 steps for the beginner is like essential, especially those of you that have not purchased a mic yet, or have not gone through downloading a DAW, a digital audio workstation, or whatever. There's all these steps that come before you even get to the work. Because let me just tell you, once you get to the part of actually wanting to get work, that's a whole nother skill set, because that is actually beyond voiceover. That's going into a business owner and sales and marketing. So that is another skill set that you must acquire in order to grow a voiceover business. You've got to have the skill set of actually being able to acquire the work. And you may think it's something as simple as just throwing up a Fiverr profile or an Upwork profile, but it is never that simple. It is always something that's going to be much more involved than just doing that. You have to become a business owner. That in itself is a skill set. So when we start talking about, hey, Tiffany, glad to have you in here. Iyada, glad to see you in here again. No quit in this. Hello, what's going on? Glad to have you here as well. Joe's asking, Earl, do you work with aspiring talent to help them discover their signature voice? That has never been a skill set of mine. That has never been a skill set of mine to do that. The more technical stuff, yes. The business building side, yes. But teaching people how to do voiceover is not something that I ever focused in on or concentrated on. Is like the acting side of this is never something I focused in on. I have an ear for it. And I've helped people like create their demos and stuff like that. But as far as finding your signature voice, well, your signature voice, we talked about this last night, Joe. We talked about this last night. All right. So the signature voice is your voice. Your natural speaking voice, that is your signature. Because no one else has that. No one else has your voice, your tone, the way you talk, the vernacular that you use. No one has that. Your natural speaking voice is your signature voice. And when you do voiceover, that's the voice you should be using, is your signature voice. You're looking for something, and this is funny, you're looking for something you already have. You already have a signature voice. But what you may be doing is comparing yourself to other people. You can't do that. Your signature voice is literally who it is that you are. So when you start thinking about the whole thing around, what's the thing that stops your success in voiceover, you need to, now this is good, so you might want to write this down. All right, you might want to write this down. You need to start making a list of those things that you're stuck at. Whatever that is, you need to make a list of the things, the areas that you're stuck at. Is it your DAW? Is it a function of your DAW? Is it like compression? Is it like, what is it? You need to make a list of those things that you are stuck at. You're more than welcome, Joe. More than welcome. Because this is what you do. It's like your own personal to-do list. This is what I need to focus on. You might have a list of 5 things. You might have a list of 20 things. Doesn't matter. What you do is you start going down the list of the things that are your obstacles, your stumbling blocks, whatever you want to call them, the things that are giving you trouble. And you start knocking them out. Because right now, the list is in your head, and you have all of these things going on in your head about why you're not moving forward. And just that mental jujitsu that you have to go through with all of that stuff in your head is one of the things that can stop you from doing any of it because it seems too overwhelming. You got to get it out of your head. Write it down on a piece of paper or open up a Google Doc and start writing that stuff down, bullet points. These are the things that I'm concerned about. These are the things that are troubling me. These are the things that are stopping me. These are the things that I don't know enough about. And so when you start putting it down, and then as a checklist, you can start marking them off. If you're having trouble with compression, it's on your list, so that's the thing you focus on, and only that until you get it. You don't do everything else on the list. You do not do everything else on the list. You focus in on one problem at a time. That's it. And you master that thing. And by the time you get down to the end of the list, now going through this process, you may find more things to add to the list. That's okay. That's okay. But you want to be methodical about crossing off the problems that you have and make them problems that you've had, but you no longer have anymore, right? I know how overwhelming this can be. Ayato saying, give the man some likes. He's dropping gold here. Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. And I do appreciate the thumbs up and love. I do appreciate that, definitely. The overwhelm that can be that can come from this career field can be immense, because more questions can lead to more questions. And see, if you're working on 3 or 4 things on your list at the same time, nothing ever actually gets done. And you become the master of none of it. And you actually trying to do multiple things at one time actually slows down the progression that you can have. And I know you want it today. If you're like me, you want it all today. It's not coming today, but it will come. You remember that scene from the Matrix, the first one? Neo is just come. They just got him out of the battery factory, and now he's on the ship with Morpheus, the Nebuchadnezzar, and he's lying there, and they're working on him, and he's asking questions, and Morpheus is saying, "Rest. The answers will come. The answers are coming." That's how you have to approach what it is that you're doing. You need to give yourself a little grace and have a little bit more patience. And it's going to take a massive amount of patience because you, like me, you want it all right now. But you realize that it's not going to come. So I'm trying to allow you to see how to get around these things and not go through all of that mental jujitsu that I had to go through when I first started and had those same feelings. And if I would have just took one step at a time, steps to voiceover success, if I would have took one step at a time, then it could have happened a lot quicker for me. And there's a method to this madness because now you're marking things off your list and you're actually accomplishing something. Whereas what you're doing right now, you're not accomplishing anything. Be honest with yourself. How much are you accomplishing? Doing it the way you're doing it now, looking at 12 different YouTube videos on 12 different topics in voiceover and trying to do all of them. And then tomorrow you don't remember any of it. You do not retain any of it. But if you become a student of that one problem, you will get through all of them a lot quicker. And you'll actually be able to ask very good questions of coaches or whatever to try and get to an answer. Because you're not trying to figure out 12 things. You're just trying to figure out one at a time. That's it. You're just trying to figure out one thing at a time. So the thing that is probably holding you back so much and stopping your success in voiceover is the fact that you won't slow down. You won't slow down to just get where you are and then move on to the next thing. And lo and behold, you'll be good at this stuff. Lo and behold, now you understand. Lo and behold, you now know why certain things work together the way that they do. Because if you're trying to learn compression and EQ at the same time, it may not click. But if you learn EQ and you understand it, understand it, and then you move on to compression, you understand the relationship much better than you would if you had not just taken the small one step that you need to take at a time. That's really the thing. I mean, if you got questions for me, you can go ahead and throw them in here. You know me, sir. It is stopping me or holding me back. Preach. Okay. Bill is saying, so very true. No quitting this. Thank you. And the thumbs up. Definitely appreciate it. You want to make sure I'm trying to make this easier for you, not speedy. Speedy is not going to get you where you need to be because you don't understand enough about this stuff. And this is why we have the community right here at grinditdon'tquit.com. It's so that you can feel free in a very great community of other voice actors that are at your level, before your level, after your level, that we can all get together and just figure this out in a very non-threatening way. There is no stupid question, okay? There's no stupid question. The only stupid question is the one that you do not ask, but you actually need the answer to. And where you're going to get those answers is within this community that I'm trying to build. I'm trying to make it so different from any other community that is out there. It is not just about coming and chatting. It's about coming and getting answers. It's why I have courses that are there. All this stuff is free, by the way. This whole thing is free. We did a live session last night on Zoom, which we do every week. And you get to talk to me live on Zoom. It was very interesting, the last couple of sessions that we've had. And just being able to have people on Zoom to be able to share their screen. We went through some things last night about Audacity and how to use it. And it was just, no one had to have any more questions about that. Like, okay, I know how to turn on Audacity and I know how to record my voice. It's like, whatever an issue is, it is pretty easy for me to handle, to get you to just take the next step. Okay, that's fixed. All right, now move on. Whereas in a session like we do here, I love doing these live sessions with you guys on Friday, but we can't talk to each other. We can't have a conversation. We're all not on camera, and we can't talk and have an actual conversation back and forth. Definitely, though, appreciating your comments. King Rizzy saying, "Good day, Mr. Earl," and everyone. Mr. Earl is the link to buy all 3 of his books. What is he saying? On here. It is in the description of the video that you're watching right now. And you can actually get there. Am I going to be able to do this quickly here? Okay, let's just see if we can get this done. So if we go to, all right, this is the commit. Nope, that's that. Let's go here. In the description of this video, there is a link tree. And you'll see that in there. It's going to be my link to everything. And it looks like this. And so you're seeing it on screen now. All right, so the link is in the description that gets you to everything that I have available. So we have the free voiceover course in the free community. That's what we're talking about at grinditdon'tquit.com. And then we have the books that are here. So you've got the 3 books that you can get, one of them being Steps to Voiceover Success, which is my main book. And then you can basically just go to Amazon. You can select paperback, Kindle, whatever. And then there is also, I will drop you a link. Let me just get to it here. I will drop you a link that goes directly to one of my Amazon stores that has all 3 books readily available right there. You see them right there. I am going to drop this link in the chat section right now so that you guys can have this direct link to get all 3 of my books. So let's just go back and we will put me back on camera here. And I will drop this link in the comments to chat right now. So now all of you guys have that. Now, the thing about for anyone that purchases all 3 of my books, right? And I'll just grab them since I have them right here. You purchase all 3 of my books, Steps to Voiceover Success, you have Voiceover Domination, and you have How to Build a Voiceover Business Around Your Voiceover Skills. You get these 3 books, you get a free session with me. You get a free session with me, and we can do a strategy session. All you have to do when you purchase, it doesn't matter if you get the paperbacks or the Kindle version. You get those 3 books. And then you join the group, right? And just post your receipt in the group, the picture, whatever, and I'll send you a link that you can schedule a one-on-one with me. It's just going to be you and me as a thank you for purchasing all 3 of my books. And they're cheap. The paperbacks, I think, are like $9. The Kindle is like $4. And it doesn't matter if you buy the paperback or the Kindle. It doesn't matter to me. It may matter to you. For that, but that's a good thing right there. So I want to make sure that you take advantage of that opportunity at, no matter what stage you are in your voiceover business development, you want to take advantage of that opportunity. Anthony saying, thank you for sharing your wisdom and experience with us. Looking forward to getting your books. Awesome. There you go. John is saying it makes sense to take things one step at a time. When you run a marathon or ultra marathon, you focus on the mile you're on. Focusing on the total distance will just destroy you. Love that analogy, John. That is absolutely true. That is absolutely true. So there's 2 things I want to make sure that you know. Excuse me. before I go off air. And by the way, happy holidays to everyone. I hope you're going to enjoy your weekend and New Year. I'll be here next Friday, so we'll be able to say, hey, hope you enjoy your New Year. So we'll be here next Friday too. You want to join the community. These are 2 things you need to do right now. Join the community if you have not at grindanddontquit.com. Make sure you answer the questions. There's like 3 questions you have to answer. So if you don't answer them, I don't let you in. So make sure you answer the questions, right? Or you'll just be sitting there in limbo. So do that. And in that group, you're going to have access to all of my free courses, and you're going to have access to our live Zoom sessions that I do every week. There's a calendar of events. You can see exactly what I'm doing, what I'm going to be doing, so that you never have to miss that. You can DM me in this group. It's just a great multifunctional thing for voiceover artists to be able to get to that next level if you're serious about getting to that next level. So join the group at grindanddontquit.com. Go ahead and make sure to get all 3 of these books. How to Build a Business Around Your Voiceover Skills. You want Voiceover Domination, and you want my very first book, which is Steps to Voiceover Success. Get those books, send me in your receipt or an image of those 3 receipts, and I send you a link to get on my calendar so that you and I can have a one-on-one together and get to the next level. Tiffany's giving you a shout out, John, saying so true. Eddie, Earl, thank you for the opportunity. You're more than welcome. Tiffany, you're more than welcome as well. John is saying, I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. And Bill is in the house as well with a very true John. John, people loving you today, man. People are definitely loving you today. Look, I want to thank you for joining me this morning. If you're watching live, if you're watching the replay, hey, thank you for watching the replay. Leave me your comments and questions below. And I'm going to answer you back. Thank you for being here with me today. You guys have an awesome and amazing weekend. Go right now, if you have not yet, go and join grindanddontquit.com. It's absolutely free. Doesn't cost you a thing. Have a great weekend. Happy holiday. I'll see you next week. Take care. Hey, you are so valued here, and I want to thank you for just listening, commenting, and sharing. You can tune in live every Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on my YouTube channel, and you can also subscribe to the Steps to Voiceover Success podcast on your favorite podcast platform. Links are below. I'll see you on the next episode. Go record some amazing voiceover.